Hi friends, it's Donna with AK Gal Stamps. I thought I'd come on today and show you how to make this cute little box. I got this from Claire Ottaway. She actually made it into like a photo box. And this is how she did her box. So it has a pop-up like that. But I just wanted to make it into a gift box. So anyway, I thought we would go ahead and make this box. So I used some retired paper when I did my second practice box. But anyway, we'll get started with that. You are going to need 2 pieces of cardstock to make this box. The first piece is 9 by 7, and you're going to score this at all 4 sides at 1 and 2. Okay, and we'll do that in a minute. The other piece, which will be the tube that goes inside, it measures 8 7/8 by 5 3/16. So it's got some stupid numbers in there, but you can do it. And then I'm going to put some DSP on my box. So this front piece is 5 by 2 7/8. I've got the side pieces, which are 7/8 by 5. And on the box, I have the front and the back that it is 7/8 by 2 7/8. So that's that paper. I use the Traditions of St. Nick for my DSP, which is an online exclusive item. And I'm going to be using the Christmas Labels stamp set and dies. Very cute. It only comes with 4 dies, but they are awesome sentiment dies. Just love them. And this one, I use that for that, and then I may use that for a color, and then I cut it out again in a smaller piece to make the inside that I can cut out and have a different color for it. So we are going to get started on the box and go ahead and score this. This is 9 by 7, and you're scoring at 1 and 2 on all sides. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 again. If you've made a box before, you'll know this will all seem very familiar. It's pretty easy. One and 2. And 1 and 2. So you've got a grouping of squares in the corner, 3 or 4 squares. You can see that. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut away the 3 outer squares. So we're just going to cut those away on the score lines. So I'm going to do that on all 3 corners. So just bear with me. If you're crafting along, you can do this too. Boxes are all very similar. Measurements just may be a little different, but how to make them is just very similar. And all these things will be hidden, so if you don't cut the greatest, it's okay. Because nobody's going to see this stuff. I am trying to cut on the score lines. But this does make, it makes a box that you can put a pair of socks in, a couple pair of socks in, small gifts. But I'm going to make a card also that goes with this. Like that. Last box. Like that. Okay, so we got that. Let's just not be cutting all the way to the corner. Now, then, when you, I'm going to actually score these, because you're going to have to make little tabs on these, okay? If you're on, I'd love it if you said hi and where you're from. So, pretty easy so far, right? So there's that. Hi, Pamela. We were just up at Frankenmuth last week. Go up there for our annual, you know, to go to Bronner's and get the ornaments. So, I mean, you could cut this either way, but you only cut one side. And I am going to cut this way. Yeah, I'm going to cut this way. Just, I want it to fold in to this piece, this long piece, but it doesn't matter. It can fold in either way. It really doesn't matter. But you do cut like little pies, little slivers. Wedge it a little bit, because you also have to do a little bit of wedging when you put this together too, because you get too much bulk in certain areas. And then cut this way, because when you fold these pieces in, it gets just a little thick, and it doesn't, it's like it's too snug, so that's why you may have to do a little bit of altering. So I know I'm trying to get ready for, got National Card Making Day tomorrow at my house, so we're going to be making a bunch of Christmas cards. But that's the plan for tomorrow at any rate. Okay, so then you've got these flaps, right? Like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to glue these tabs on the outside piece, and they're going to attach like that. Just like that. So I'm going to use my liquid glue. That's my adhesive of choice. And I'm going to do 2 at a time. It takes a hot minute for it to glue, because you do have some wiggle room. And I know if I let that go, it's going to come apart. But that's okay. I want to start getting this one in place. And I just want these to go right to the edge. That's why I like liquid glue. Right to the edge. Yep. See, it doesn't, wants to pull away. But I'm just pressing. You can use your bone folder too. And then we'll do these pieces. And bring them in. That. I'm just using my fingers to try and get these right where they need to be. Sometimes if you have a piece sticking out, you can always just use your scissors and like trim it. Like if it shows on an edge, you might have just had a little bit extra paper there, cardstock there. But there's that. And this doesn't matter either which way you're going to go with it. I mean, you can fold these sides in. They go in easy. It's when you put these in, they get a little snug, the opposite pieces. So that's why I usually always end up cutting a little bit up here to help them go in a lot smoother. Nobody's going to see these. Right? So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these flaps because these are going, you can put these in first, the other ones in, it does not matter, but whatever ones you put in last will probably have to be trimmed. And if there, maybe your scoring wasn't quite right and they don't want to fit at the bottom, you may need to just take your scissors and trim off a bit. People will be amazed that you made your own little box. Now those should go in. See, that just seems like that is just a little bit too snug. So I'm taking my scissors this way and I'm just going to cut off a hair. Just to give a little bit off. And I think that'll, that goes in a lot better. Okay, so we'll put glue on this piece. Let's see how that one does. Oh, that one goes in fine. That one goes in fine. Okay. I'll use my bone folder. That helps too. Just putting all these in really well. I don't have to do any more to this panel because it fits good. Because these aren't, this doesn't come from Hallmark. It comes from you, so. See, I could have cut just a smidge off, but it went in good. Nobody's going to notice. Okay, so there is this. This is your drawer. And I'm going to take my two short Designer Series papers. They were 7/8 by 2 7/8, and they're just going on the front and the back of this box. That's all. I know this cardstock is called Winter Wheat. Winter Wheat. And this is still that same Designer Series paper. Try not to put too much glue so it doesn't seep. And then I'm putting that right there. Just gives you a very skimpy border. Very skimpy border. Okay, don't need anything on these sides because they're going to be hid. The next piece of cardstock, okay, is the tube, or I mean not the tube, this piece. I'm sorry, that was that piece. This piece is the tube. It's 8 7/8 by 5 3/16. This is fitting in, this is going inside this. So this needs to be scored at 1 1/16, 4 1/8, 5 3/16, and 8 1/4. Okay? So 1 1/16, that's just one little notch after the 1. 4 1/8 is 2 notches past the 4. 5 3/16 is the 3 notches. You'll have 2 little ones, a big one, and yeah, you know how that works. And then 8 1/4, which is just 2 notches past the 8. So anyway, that is how that works, and then we'll just score this. They all are mountain folds. And make sure they line up, that your scoring was good. Make sure they line up, and just force your paper to that spot if it didn't quite line up. I usually always have one that's just a little cattywampus. I don't know if anybody else has that. Oh, and also, Pam, we went to Petoskey, Michigan, also this summer. Awesome little area. Awesome. Hi, Tracy. Tracy's on my Crazy Card Stampers team. She does some awesome work. Now, what I am going to do is put Terran tape on this. You can still do liquid glue. Actually, maybe I will do liquid glue because this is just the only place that it adheres, is right here. You just want liquid glue right here. Or Terran tape will work too because this is an easy fold. You just take this and fold where it meets. Just fold it. I think that's the 4 1/4. Just fold right there. And then you've got your little tube. Okay? Now it's just time to decorate. Seam, I want the seam side down. So I cut out, I tried to get, because I wanted the wild wheat Santa, that color, so I cut it so I could get that piece. This is great paper if you like traditional type Christmas stuff. I've got some really abstract Christmas stuff too. But yeah, you put that on here. I think I could have made that a little bigger. So there's that. And then these sides. Just making it all pretty. I need to, if I can get the link, I'll put Claire's link in here in this video so that you can also look at her video. She's from the UK. She does some fabulous projects. I'm not a scrapbooker. I might get into it because I know Stampin' Up's starting to do that kind of stuff, but I'm not a scrapbooker yet. My husband, he retired from the company that owned Creative Memories. And my friend Tracy used to work for the same company. But yeah, I never really got into all that stuff. Try and get those all aligned so they're all the same. Okay, and then I grabbed some of this ribbon and then this twine. Well, it's not really twine, but it's gold, kind of gold. Wasn't sure which one I would want to use because on my first box, I used the twine on there. And I'm going to stamp Celebrate the Holidays. Right here. Celebrate the Holidays. So there's that. And I'm not sure if I liked using, let's see how Wild Wheat looks. That one looked, I used a little bit darker ink on my original box, and I liked how it looked better. But isn't that just so pretty? Look at the detail of that. This is the set that I'm focusing on for my Christmas club this month. Whether you live in Springfield or you live farther away, you can be part of that. I order the stamp set for you, and then we create 6 cards on a particular day. And I also do a video. It may be pre-recorded, it may be live that same night. I make usually 3 designs, but they're different paper, that kind of thing. But I'm focusing on this stamp set. This just comes with the 6 cards and that stamp set, and it's $20. And if I need to mail it, just add 5 on. I take Venmo if you'd like to do that. We had a great time this last month doing that. So what do we think? Do we think this would be pretty, or do we think this would be pretty? I don't know. This would be you know, probably like maybe like that. Let's see what that looks like. Might be too much. Is it too much? I think it's too much. I'm not going to use that right now. I'll use this. Put some adhesive on there to hold it in place for a moment. I have a love-hate relationship with the seal. It's just not my favorite. Like this. And then like this. And then we will cut that. And I need my ribbon scissors. Where are my ribbon scissors? There they are. Okay. Okay. And I'll kind of tear that apart in a second. I do not use my good scissors for anything sticky. And my ribbon scissors are only for ribbon. Using up the last bit of my little dimensionals. I just love these dies. I think they are fantastic, and you can use them all stinking year. They are just great. And then, oh, not those, not those. Okay, Donna, watch it. So, I don't put any embellishments on the box itself besides this. I can get these off. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's not get this upside down. Maybe like that. Well, I'm going to put this box in. Oh, we put the box in. Gets it more sturdy. See, it fits right in there. And like this maybe. And then I want to flail this a little bit. I like it when it does that. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. You know, sometimes I'm like, oh, why can't you just stay together? But you could put embellishments on that. Yeah, cute little box. So that's the box. And then the card is very simple card. I'm using the same Designer Series paper for this. This goes with the box. Goodness. You need a base that's 8.5 by 4 1/4. You'll need 2 pieces of white or vanilla that are 4 by 5 1/4. You're going to need 8 pieces of Designer Series paper that are 1 1/4 square. And so got these all together, and I'm gluing them, and then I'm going to emboss it. So I want a very skimpy border, very skimpy. And I think I'll put that side on. Maybe I'll do this corner so that I get a better border for the middle piece. I probably shouldn't have done it that way. Okay. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and share. That'll help me. The more followers you get, the more things you can do on YouTube. Let's see. I'm going to do this piece. I had to wait to I had 50 followers to be able to do a live. But there's some other things that I would like to be able to do. And I have to get to like 500 followers to do those. So I do this one. This really creates a very stunning card, though, I have to say, when you get this done. Okay. We're going to do this right here. And then this. And sometimes if you want, you could even use the same DSP. Well, I don't want to do that yet. I'll put that on in a minute. I'm going to do this one. Put this one in the corner so that it'll be easier to center that other piece. So I can get it right where I want it. Like that. Then put that middle piece in. Try and get them more situated better. Is that right? I think that's good. Okay. Just giving that a minute. I couldn't find my original embossing folder because I'd made one front up and I used the snowflake. Love that, but now I don't know where it is since I've got my National Card Day tomorrow. My house is in disarray. You can use the mini for if you have small embossing folders that are no bigger than 3 inches. Embossing folder. I'm going to use this Forever Plaid and just watch what a difference this does. This one you do have to get straight though. A lot of embossing folders you don't necessarily have to get straight. This one you really do. Otherwise it'll drive you crazy. At least it does me. So we just crank this through. I just like the look. I mean, you can have the 3D dimensional look. You could, instead of gluing the squares, you could use dimensionals. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? How that does that? Love that. Let me move this out of the way. But yeah, that was the Forever Plaid. Love that. And look how big this is. I mean, this is good for UK cards. In Europe, they make bigger cards. Okay, so there's this. And this is going to go on here. And I think now I'm going to use dimensionals. Use my dimensionals. There's my scissors. I love embossing folders, and I use them a lot. A lot. I don't know if anybody else does. You think? Oh yeah, I actually I did a card kit for people who purchased this month, and I used both of them together. But I had to use the Bow Easy to do it because I'm just not good at tying them together. But yes, I think it looks very striking when I put them together. That's why I put them together in the card kits that I mailed out today. So I'm just putting a lot, since I'm using such small ones, I am just using a lot to use this up. There are a lot of things that really can add power to a card. Heat embossing. This is dry embossing. But yeah, I've got a couple cards for tomorrow that have got heat embossing on them. Trying to make it so that everybody can make more cards. I've got 12 set up for tomorrow, 12 cards. And I've got a nice small group, but they're coming at all different times because they've got lots of things going on. So hopefully they'll still get a bunch of cards made tomorrow. I know Stampin' Up's video that I registered for starts at 4. And so some of us may be a little later watching that, seeing what they're doing. But yeah, I think that adds something, just putting it up there. And then what did I do with the white? Oh, right here, white. And I am going to do Merry Christmas on this. Merry Christmas. And I think I'm going to do the Pebble Path color. Let's see how that looks. Half my inks are out in the other room, so I just didn't want to go digging out through all this stuff. Let's see. I should see how that is. Okay. I like this color. I like basic gray too. I like that better than black. That looks good. Oh, and I had the card thing last weekend. This one I'm gonna get. What do I want to get? Maybe. No, I don't know if I want to get cherry cobbler maybe, because there is cherry cobbler in that. I like this stamp because then you can kind of color it in the letters. I like that. I mean, that's kind of neat, isn't it? That you could do that. Gives a pop of color. Something else you could do also, if you have designer series paper that is not too busy, more subtle, you can even stamp on that. There's some designer papers that I use that I die cut out from, which we're going to do tomorrow. Even if you really don't like the paper, like if you have a particular paper in your pad or in your stack that you do not like, you could do that. You know what I mean? What is this? Is this white Wink of Stella, or is this? I think this is white. We don't want white. Is this silver Wink of Stella? Yes, it is. I'm going to just put some of that on there too. I like that. I love it when people come over to make cards and all the ideas that everybody shares. That's always kind of cool. So, probably can't see it on there, but there you go. And, oh. Okay. And I'll put some on here too. How about that? We will do that with this sticky stuff. Whoa, come on, stick. Stick, baby, stick. It's sticking on my finger. Come on, that's it. Like that. Oh, that's not enough. You're not even peeking out. Like that. Okay, and then more of these. Whoops, got a corner piece, that'll work. These dies are awesome, y'all. I would definitely recommend getting these. They are striking, just striking. I'll put that piece on over here. And then one more piece. And one more. In the middle, kind of. Okay. Now I think I need to put embellishments on this card, though. It needs stuff. It's like, man, when I get done, I'm going to have to clean this room, too. Like this. You could do like a 2x2 square in here, too, if you wanted to. I'm not, but you could. There's that. And then I'm going to do that, get that flared out a little bit. Okay, and embellishments. I'm going to use these, I think. Adhesive back sparkle gems. I need to reorder these puppies. I like these. Whoa. Okay, need this, and I'm going to use, nope. I think that's kind of gold, so I guess I should use these. Yep, I definitely should use these. Like that. So that's the front of that card. Done. That wasn't hard, right? I don't think that was hard. I think that was pretty easy. I always say that, and people just roll their eyes at my card parties. They don't believe me. And then it has hope. Your season is filled with magic. So I'm going to put that in there, right there. And I'm going to use, I need to clean this and use the Pebble Path. Okay, that goes there. This goes here. And my Pebble Path. This just doesn't, there, that's better. Okay, so I need this to go like that. That's good. And this doesn't, I mean, this only has sentiments, so it doesn't have lots of other neat things on it. That's why I kind of combined it with the Golden Greenery, which is just nice little stamps like that. But I'm not going to use this color. I am going to use the other one. Let's see, stamp. I am going to use this leaf. These are all two-step stamps. And I'll use the Wild Wheat. I'm going to be sad when this color goes. I really like this. Oop. So you stamp, I'm going to stamp right here. Okay, clean that off. And then get the other stamp that goes with it, which is the fill-in stamp. And this one, you stamp off at least once. Stamp off once. And then we'll go again. Like that. So that's that. I definitely like that greenery more with a green color, but I'm not using that right now, so. You could, do I even have that? Let's see, do I have a brown? Yeah, I do have a brown. We could go over the edges, is what I always like to do. Ooh, that's dark. See what I mean? Just add some color. The card base is this color, so. Just a faint, I'm not pressing hard. Like that. I'll cover that up. And I'm gonna use this. If you get like ridges on your paper, I don't know if you can see it when you're cutting, just take your bone folder and just go over those. It takes care of those really easy. You know, if you wanted to flip it around, do the other side, but you have those edges on there. Very easy to take care of. I sometimes get that when I put a brand new blade in. I don't know if I'm pressing too hard. There's no wiggle room with this tape. So there you go. You've got your cute little box, and then you've got that. So I hope you like these guys and give them a try, and I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.